Thank you for joining us today. I've had the great privilege of working with Sarah and Monica and Phil, and look forward to sharing with you some free science education resources that can help support community engagement and outreach in urban settings. I am Jessica Nickelson, and I'm the director of the Natural Enquirer program. During this presentation, you'll learn some more about our program. So, a brief history of the Natural Enquirer. We have been around since 1998, so we're approaching 25 years, and you can see how we've grown. We've gone from the black and white edition to full color now, and we produce all sorts of materials for K through 12, all based on Forest Service research and their collaborators. And some of this material is actually appropriate for adults as well. And so today I'm going to highlight some ones that are particularly useful for urban outreach and other community outreach. So what is a Natural Enquirer? Natural Enquirer is either a journal or a monograph. Journals are usually between 4 and 6 articles, where a monograph just features one research article. And it's based on peer review research. It's generally written at a middle school or high school audience. And it follows a research format. So you have an introduction, method, findings and discussion section. And so it really is a great tool for providing science. And the one that I'm highlighting today is one that just came out and is available for digital download on our website. It's called A Green Bill of Health. And this one examines different treatments for vacant city lots in Philadelphia and how that impacted mental health outcomes. So it looks at greening and cleaning those lots and what were the mental health outcomes in that area. So it's a really nice journal and can be used in a lot of different ways to engage community members in discussions. One of the sections of a Natural Enquirer that students really enjoy is the Meet the Scientist section. And here, students are engaged with the different scientists that looked at this research. And so these are the scientists that were from A Green Bill of Health. And as you can see, there's Michelle Kondo, who worked on this research. And what's fun about this is it has a statement from the scientists about why they enjoy science, what gets them interested in science, a favorite experience. And so she talks about this experience of greening lots and how that has impacted her. A couple of other related products for urban forest outreach are on your screen now. So Where the Sidewalk Ends talks about visitor use of natural and landscaped areas in urban parks. We have one called Flower Power that talks about memorial gardens and how that helps with people after a tragedy. So I've just highlighted a few, as you can see. And what I want to note is that we have a few more things that are upcoming that we're really excited about. One is on civic and community science, and it's actually based on Monica and Sarah and others' research in this moss air pollution in the Duwamish Valley Youth Corps. So we're really excited for that one to come out. And then we are having one coming up that's going to be called Lights, Camera, and Tracks. And in this, researchers look at land use context around residential yards in Massachusetts and how that in fact impacts the types and number of mammals that are present in the yard, and kind of looks at that urban-rural gradient. So that's another nice one for outreach. One thing I want to stop and mention right here is that all of these materials that I've mentioned so far and that I will mention in my entire presentation are all free. And you can order classroom sets, you can order bulk orders for outreach events. And another thing coming up is the Green Bill of Health is part of the Nature Health Benefits series. And we will have more research articles coming out in that series, so you can look for those. And we're also going to have a virtual learning adventure geared for middle school students that will be coming out in February 2024. And that will be called Nature Health Benefits Live. So there are lots of products coming out that can be used for outreach. Specifically, we have other products that are for a younger audience, written a little simpler. So we have the Natural Enquirer Reader Series, and here I've highlighted Dr. Jovan's reader, and this one is actually on the moss and air pollution that we've talked about today. And then we also have Meet Dr. Roman, and this one is about planting urban trees. And what's neat about these two products is they're specifically geared for a K2 audience, and they have very basic information about the science that was done, but then there's some questions, critical thinking questions, and then some activities that the students can do. So for instance, for the Dr. Roman, they have an activity where they observe trees and notice things about that tree that might indicate whether it is healthy or unhealthy. And then the Dr. Jovan activity is to look at small things like moss in your environment and how that might impact the surrounding environment. So these are two great products to kind of help encourage those younger audience members or adult family members that have young kids and want to engage them. Another wonderful product that we have is the Natural Enquirer Scientist and Engineer cards. And these come in packs, full packs. You can order 100 cards. You can order Women in Science and Wildlife Science, but we also can send them out in bulk. And so as you can see with this one, we have an urban forest ecologist. So we do have some that are geared specifically to urban, different types of urban scientists. And so if you have an outreach event and you'd like to hand out some of these cards, you can feel free to email us. We'll have that contact information. And then another portion of this that's coming out hopefully soon, the printed materials, we're having career and fire career cards that will be available. And so those are at the printers now, and hopefully those will be available soon. NSI is Nature Science Investigator, and this is an excellent one. It's a kind of a smaller booklet. You basically only need a pencil or a writing utensil to use this. You're introduced to 11 different scientists and very basically do something that scientists might do. So the example I have here is, be a soil scientist, and the students take a little soil sample, describe it. So this would be a great thing to use if you're trying to get students, kids interested in doing some science. So very general, easy way to get them involved and interested. And it's easy to hand out, a nice size. And then finally, some additional resources to think about. There is a Citizen Science Natural Enquirer. This focuses, it has 4 different articles and different citizen science research activities that have been done. And then there is a how-to guide for implementing a citizen science project in the classroom. And all of these are going to be available as PDFs. You can download, you can share them digitally, and you can also get hard copies of the Citizen Science Edition. There will be a link in the chat that sends you to all of these different things. Additionally, earlier when I said that there was going to be a link to the PDFs, there are 2 PDFs on our website: Tree Moss Collection as an Indicator of Air Quality, a community how-to guide, and then a youth and community curriculum for using tree moss as a bioindicator for air pollution. And that link, like I said, will be there in the chat for you. Also though, we have a QR code here that you can fill out. It'll take you to a Google form, and we will be happy to send you some sample materials of what we've talked about today, so you can peruse them at your leisure and then order more materials as you'd like. You can also feel free to email me if you'd like to order through email. That is fine as well. So both of my emails are listed there. So we really thank you for your time and attention today. It's been wonderful to be able to share with you. And if you have any questions or comments, we would love to hear them. So thank you so much.